split right between Mahorn. Mahorn got there a splash too late for Michael Jordan.
See, the fans right now are, cheering the fact that we finally got a foul here, meaning the Chicago team. But this is the first time Chicago's really gone inside. Again, Michael Jordan in the post, and right there he's devastating because he forces the double team or can get to the free throw line. He got off to an early start in this game by posting up.
Michael Jordan just has his 18th point.
Ron Anderson returns for Philadelphia.
That was his first free throw as Anderson checks back in.
Good substitution, Jimmy Lynam. Hersey Hawkins with 2 fouls gets him out of there so he doesn't get his third.
Jordan leading the NBA in scoring. Run into the second round of the playoffs here, 38-6.
This possession very important now for Philadelphia. Pippen not to get his third or Jordan to get their third. So very smart defensive sequence here for Chicago.
Dawkins with a good use of the backcourt kicks, but then he misses the lay-in. 20 seconds remaining in the half. About a 2-second differential in the shot clock and the game clock.
Now look for Michael to penetrate, maybe find John Paxson for an open jump shot in the corner.
There's the penetration. There's Pippen for the open jump shot in the corner, but the foul first.
See, Michael
Paxson
Jordan
on the right side, Pippen on the left side.
Michael Jordan just creates, and Philadelphia did a real good job because they stayed with Paxson. They were going to force Pippen to be the shooter. Michael got in the lane again, but twice now Michael in the last minute has gotten inside and he's going to shoot 4 free throws because of it.
We've seen this at the end of so many halves and so many ball games as Michael Jordan parading to the free throw line. Jordan and Barkley. Barkley's another example, always getting to the line.
Well, you see the top 4 in the league, Karl Malone, David Robinson, Barkley, and Jordan. Needless to say, they're also 4 of the top scorers. So when you get to the line and then you get to the, you get 6, 8, 9 field goals, you're going to throw up 25 points in a ball game.
6.7 seconds remaining in this first half of play. The Bulls were up by 12. Now they're up by 6. There's the pressure. Philadelphia having trouble getting it up here. They'll have a hard time getting a shot off. Barkley caught the air ball by Dawkins. That pressure by Chicago kept Philadelphia from even getting an attempt, and they had a legitimate shot at one. It's the Bulls by 6 after the first half at Chicago Stadium.
The 1990 NBA playoffs on TNT are brought to you by Jeep and Eagle, the official vehicles of the NBA, and by The Pump by Reebok. Pump it up. The Prudential Halftime Report is being brought to you by the companies of the Prudential. Come to the Prudential and build your future on the rock.
At Chicago Stadium, the Bulls lead the Sixers by 6. Hello again, I'm Craig Sager. Welcome to the Prudential Halftime Report. Stu Jackson and Charles Oakley will join us from Detroit in a moment. But with me now is Mike Fratello. And Mike, thanks for being with us. Looking at that first half, although Chicago may have dominated, it's a close game.
Yeah, it really is. And the key is the number of free throw attempts. Philadelphia shooting 17, Chicago only shooting 7 makes up the difference.
Right now, the teams, of course, the coaches in the locker room trying to make adjustments. But what about the game plan going in? Who maybe followed the game plan best?
I think it was obvious from the beginning of the game that it was going to be Jordan versus Hawkins, try to take advantage of that position, and that's the key as we see here in the first half. Let's take a look at some of the highlight films right now. As we look here, we'll see Chicago go right down and post up Jordan, and if you don't double team him, he beats you one-on-one by backing you down and shooting over the opponent. On the other hand, if they post him and you decide to come back and double team him, Michael Jordan, he's good enough to make a good decision, find the open man, they knock out the open shot. The next thing is Philly tries to come back at Jordan, make him work. A little bit of one-on-one versus Hawkins, but the problem here is that Michael Jordan, with great hands, comes up with a steal. As we know, Chicago was second in the NBA in steals this year as a team. It leads to easy scores, a three-pointer by Craig Hodges. Another factor here is that Chicago had so many uncontested shots. Normally we'd see a foul here, a hard foul, make them go to the foul line. Instead, they're driving the lane for easy scores. A big point here, big reason why Chicago is shooting such a high field goal percentage.
Okay, if you're Jim Lynam, what do you tell the team now at half?
Well, you come back out in the second half, and I think he should be real encouraged. They're only down 6 points in this game. As you mentioned, looking at the game on television, it looked like Chicago was in a runaway. Here they are, 6 points down with 24 minutes to go. They're right in the game.
Charles Barkley, Michael Jordan tonight. Patrick Ewing followed by Magic Johnson tomorrow night. I'll look at our playoff schedule in a moment.
I miss you, Doug.
Yeah, I noticed that too. It's interesting night we've had here tonight at the stadium, Bob, with this ball game. Chicago got off to such a great start, and then the second quarter tended to get on the perimeter a little bit, didn't get to the free throw line. Philadelphia kept chipping away. I thought Philadelphia had played a very poor first half, but I thought that Chicago was the reason they did that.
Absolutely. The free throw shooting, a significant disparity, as we pointed out during that second quarter, particularly. As you see, 13 of 17, only 5 of 7.
And 4 of those free throws came in the last minute by Michael Jordan. So really, they had only gotten the line like two for 3 until he got to the line and made 3 of the last 4. In terms of turnovers, too, we talked about that. Philadelphia 6, Chicago only 2, which tells you that the defense that Philadelphia's playing, they're not really pressuring the basketball. They're playing Chicago very soft to force them to shoot the ball from the outside, and it's worked very well.
You talked about Hersey Hawkins in our opening, about the challenge that he faced trying to defend Jordan and how that could affect his game.
Well, you know, you see it right here. He's going to take the ball to the basket. I think this time he slips down, and you see Charles Davis all over the top of him. You see him, he just has mishandled the basketball. He's not felt comfortable, and that's what I talked about the mental strain when you play against Michael Jordan. And Hersey Hawkins needs to just keep working his way back in this ball game. Still 24 more minutes. Charles Barkley got most of his points from the free throw line. 13 points, 10 rebounds, only 3 of the 9 from the field, and Michael Jordan with 20 points. They got up to a great start. They attacked early against Hersey Hawkins, feeling if they could get him in foul trouble, it would be very important. Here's Michael with a slashing, cutting, spectacular move that he makes look so very easy.
So Michael Jordan has 20 at the half to lead all scorers, 13 for Barkley, 10 for Jaminski for Philadelphia, Anderson with 8 off the bench, 9 for Bill Cartwright in the first half for the Chicago Bulls. Down to Jaminski with that jump hook. Barkley comes and gets his 11th rebound of this ball game.
You know, Ricky Mahorn very quiet in that first half, only 1 of 4 in the field. They need to get him going a little bit, and we see already perimeter shooting that does not go, and Chicago now out on the run.
Chicago leading it by 6, opening moments of the second half from Chicago Stadium. Bob Neal, Doug Collins with you. Continue our playoff coverage on TNT, a doubleheader coming up tomorrow night. 5 on the shot clock for Cartwright against Jaminski. With 3, Cartwright misses. Rebound Barkley, 12 boards on the night.
If this game stays a half-court game, I think Philadelphia has a great chance to win it. If Chicago can open it up and get some running, I think they'll be able to break it open. Right now, this kind of game favors Philadelphia because they'll muscle and they'll get to the free throw line.
Barkley drew the double team, got it to Dawkins, the penetrating move. He drew the foul from John Paxson as he got into the lane.
Here's Michael Jordan. Now, you talk about him being an offensive player. He's also one of the most dominant defensive players. He's hung up in a switch with Charles Barkley, and it's an arm wrestling match, and Michael does not back down an inch. So, great effort there by Michael Jordan. Johnny Dawkins going to the line here for 2, and the Philadelphia backcourt shot 4 for 12 in that first half. We know Johnny Dawkins is an erratic shooter. He was 2 for 7 in the ball game. He has 6 points. But Chicago has got to play him soft on the perimeter, Bob. And what I mean by that is get off of him and challenge him to shoot the shot, not get in the lane where he puts your defense at a disadvantage.
Just like Paxson did 2 possessions ago.
Absolutely.
Now Pippen, Barkley's on him, looking for Grant down low. Now Paxson on a screen. Pippen's got Jaminski on him now.
They're really going early here to Cartwright in the half, too. 2 possessions they've gone to him against Jaminski.
He backed Jaminski right in there and got the 8-foot jumper. Cartwright with 11 points in this ball game. Jaminski gave up that territory, and Cartwright got in there to where it was a relatively easy little jump shot.
The shot doesn't look pretty, but he's made an awful lot of points in his career.
Patented may be the nicest thing you can say about it. Unusual. Mahorn fakes Cartwright, goes to the hole, misses the lay-in, and Barkley gets screened off, and the Bulls get an opportunity to run. Grant is fouled by Hersey Hawkins. That'll be 3 on Hawkins, and Grant goes to the line.
Well, we see Chicago thriving in that open court on the run again. Scottie Pippen with 8 assists. Ricky Mahorn misses a point-blank shot. You see Horace Grant blowing down the outside, scoring. And again, that's the kind of basket that gets Horace Grant excited. You're going to see him now when he gets those easy baskets, maybe finishes it off for a three-point play. Tip in there by Pippen, but
well, Jaminski had more of the effort on that anyway. They'll give it to Pippen, but Jaminski tried to get it, and Pippen came in from behind. 10-point Chicago lead. Inside to Jaminski from Mahorn.
well, Philadelphia that time beat the trap very easily. Chicago tried to trap, 2 good passes. Mahorn had a shot. He dropped it down to Jaminski for an easier one.
Easy pass inside to Pippen. Mahorn got away with a push there.
Yes, he did.
To put it mildly.
Scotty turned an 8-footer into a 12-footer with a little help. See the double team. Somebody's going to have the open shot.
It's Hawkins. He hasn't been able to get it tonight. 13 rebounds for Barkley. But Hersey Hawkins, there's no question about it. The defense he's had to play and the problems he's had with Jordan have affected his game. Inside to Jaminski, and Pippen, one of the best in the business with the steal.
Boy, Scotty, just his long arms got that when he was actually beat on the play and just made a sensational play to get back in and get the steal.
Hawkins had a near steal, but Grant came away with it. Now Pippen with 10 on the shot clock. Barkley playing Jordan. He dribbled it on the line. It'll belong to Philadelphia, and that's only the 3rd Chicago turnover in this entire ball game.
Again, you notice Chicago, when they broke out to a little bit of a lead, they were running. They've been in the half court. The only basket they've really gotten is Cartwright's turnaround jumper.
Dawkins with a lightning quick move to the hoop, but the foul before the shot. Doubleheader coming up tomorrow night. We have an offensive foul.
That was an illegal screen. I don't know if they called that against Jaminski or, yeah, Mike Jaminski with an illegal screen. That's his second.
See our doubleheader tomorrow night on TNT. Begins at 8 o'clock Eastern Time.
They got Johnson & Johnson, and you'll be out there, and then I'll join you Thursday. You'll be out there in La La Land.
My kind of town. No, this is my kind of town. Jordan with the turnaround. Mahorn with a rebound. Mahorn has 6 boards, by the way.
Barkley waiting for the double team.
Here it comes. Off of Michael Jordan's foot. That'll be a new shot clock.
Here's the tough matchup right here. Hersey Hawkins against Michael Jordan in the post. I think Michael Jordan, one of the top 5 players in the league in the low post, because he has so many moves. He can fade, he can jump over the top of you, force the outside shot. Michael couldn't get it to go.
Now Grant against Barkley. Looked for the double team. This time Charles took it there himself. Missed the lay-in, got his own rebound. 4 of 11 from the field. Charles struggling, but he's got 14 rebounds. Pippen from the baseline.
Big shot there by Pippen, an early opportunity basket. Actually, on the last rebound, Barkley and Grant went up together, both bodies, and Barkley just out-muscled him, and Horace just dropped right off of him with great power by Charles Barkley.
Hawkins kicks it to Jaminski. Now to Dawkins. Steps in for the 14-footer. Doesn't get it. But the loose ball foul will be on Bill Cartwright with a great job of flying through the air by Rick Mahorn.
Here we go. Here's the play I talked about. Watch, Barkley's going to go up. Horace Grant is right with him. Now watch him. 2 guys together, and Horace Grant just out-muscled. You can't help that because Charles Barkley, one of the strongest players in the league. Horace actually played him very tough.
Cartwright with the loose ball foul. We talked about Dawkins' inconsistency shooting. He's 2 of 8 tonight.
It's because he's very hesitant right now.
It's going to belong to Chicago, another Philadelphia turnover. Mahorn begging for a foul.
Well, Michael, just great defense. He stripped Hawkins off his foot, and Johnny Dawkins hesitant on his shot. Bulls game plan forced him to shoot the jumper. Right now, he's got to step up and at least take some with some confidence.
The Bulls' defensive game plan working very well at this point. 5 on the shot clock. Steal Barkley.
Well, see, Scotty wasn't being played that time. Barkley played the passing lane. When Scotty tried to make the pass in there, Barkley dropped off. That's when you need the penetrating dribble to take the ball to the middle of the floor.
Dawkins 2 of 8 from the floor. It's a pick from Mahorn. Kicks it to Jaminski, who should hit this. But he's not shooting well either. He was 3 of 6 in the first half.